Hey everybody, this is Dustin with Hinterland Customs, and this video is about my attendance to my first ever model car show. It was held here locally. It was put on by the Treasure Valley Car Modelers, which is the model club I belong to here in town. We've got three different clubs basically here in town, here in this valley. We've got ours, and there's another one that's west of us. We just call them the West Siders. They're kind of new. They haven't given themselves a name or anything. And they do a little bit of everything. They do military and resin painting and stuff. And then we have a pretty strong IPMS chapter. So anyway, we put the show on. We had vendor tables. We had a raffle. We put it together fairly quickly, within like 2.5, I think it was less than 3 months. I might be wrong on that, but for our first show, we had some guys that have been judges at shows or would be more than capable of being judges. However, because they're connected to some of the people that are entering, we decided to just do peer judging. So people came in, they looked through the models. We had different classes. I'll show you the classes here if you can kind of see this paper. But primer, work in progress, competition, light trucks, junior under 12, box stock, early rods and customs, heavy trucks, slot cars. Nobody's in slot cars. Anyway, there wasn't one entered that I saw. Factory stock, late rods and customs, diorama, and non-auto. So I took 8 projects total. I took 6 models and 2 dioramas. The diorama class was light. There were only 3, including mine. I ended up taking second and third in that. The guy that won that had a really cool diorama. He had a garage bay type setup with the exposed 2x4 walls and parts on the floor, and it was a figure in there that was working on the guy was working on a 57 Chevy, I believe it was. And anyway, the toolboxes and the things on the walls, just everything, it was greatly detailed. It was really cool to see. So he won the diorama class, and he also won best in show. So we were really happy for him. He's a local guy, builds great stuff. And I knew he was going to be bringing it because I knew he had some dioramas that were pretty damn good. The 2 dioramas I took are the Korean War tank diorama I did, and then also the abandoned graveyard diorama that had the Revell chopper in it. So the other 6 I took, out of those 6, 3 of them were in box stock, and then we had this the rat rod that I most recently completed. It was in the late rods and customs, and with early rods and customs, late rods and customs, we did have placards on there defining the year that the car fit in. So I believe this one was 49 and below, like anything up to 1949. This is a 32 Ford Vicky kit, and this kit ended up placing second. There's that. So I got second place in that class for that. So that was pretty cool. I actually tied. We had a tie for second. It's a long story, but it worked out. We could have a tie for second in that, because we had another class that just had 1 entry, so we had the first there, and then we just took the second place trophy. And because we had a tie, we just did second place for with the tie in that class. So was happy with that. I love this car. I loved building it. This was the group build I did with Craig DeVries. I also have to give a shout out to Mini Dreams. He previewed this on his Mr. Mini Dreams Facebook page. He does a thing where he does a showcase, like Modeler of the Week, Build of the Week type thing. And he previewed my channel and this car. So I was really happy with that. That was really great at Mini Dreams. So I'm giving him a shout out here and telling him thanks again. It's just really nice of him. It was cool to be recognized, and this was a fun project with Craig. This was a lot of fun. So got second there. Okay, we'll put this over here. And then you guys have seen this before. This is my 58 Impala. This was done last year. red gloss metal flake, Tester's rattle can. And this was a tough one for me when I painted this. It was not, I almost had to purple pond it because I just couldn't seem to get it right. Went minimal on the decals, painted the interior classic white. The thing about this car that you can really make it pop is I think the color stands out well with it, and then it contrasts well, complements well with the trim package. These 58 Impalas have a lot of chrome trim on them, and let's see, what was I going to say? Anyway, I didn't strip the chrome on this. I was still pretty early going with learning new things in building a model, so I don't regret that at all. This thing out of box stock, I want to say there was 7 in there total. There weren't a ton in box stock, but there was a lot of good cars in there. Got second place as well, so got second place in that. I'd like to thank the Academy. So I was pretty stoked about that. Just it was cool to get something for that. I really like that car, and put that one over there. So, and here's the kicker. At the end, they do, I mentioned best of show, we have best paint, we have best engine. There were a couple more categories. I don't have the paper here. I mean, maybe I said that before. I'm sorry if I repeated myself. But out of 75 models, I got best paint. So that was really cool, and I was also very surprised. When I took this model in, I didn't even look at this to be something of best paint. I was looking at it like, I'm going to put this in box stock and maybe it'll get something. But I really went in with very low expectations because I was really just trying to support our local model club. So I'm trying to get some stuff on the table. And it overwhelmingly, I guess, won best paint. So, there was a lot of great models there. I felt like there were 10 different models that could have all easily gotten best paint. So, that's how I felt. I'm just very, it was very cool honor to get. Never been to a car show, never dreamed I'd win anything. I know it's a smaller show, it's peer judging, but pretty cool award to walk away with, I'll tell you what. And just was kind of blown away with all that. So anyway, oh, we had a raffle too. I don't think I even covered that, but I'll show you real quick what I got in the raffle. I got that, the Chrysler customizing kit, and this is from 1996, but it's done in the box art of 1958. So really retro there, really cool. I like that. So if anybody knows anything about this kit, I believe it's 58. Comments are public. Drop a comment. Well, let me know. Second one I got in the raffle was this 68 Mustang GT 2-in-1 Revell Muscle Series. A couple different guys were telling me about this kit. They built it. They love it. They said it was a lot of fun. So that was pretty cool. Won that one. And then the last one I won, you guys are probably like, how did you win so many? Well, I did buy like 20 raffle tickets. So you had different sets you could buy. And again, to support the club, I bought the max amount. So this 32 Ford sedan street rod. Was told this was also a very nice kit. There's guys there that had built it before, so really stoked with that. I had donated 2 kits to the raffle, and what's funny is early on I actually won one, and I gave it to my friend's daughter who builds with him. That was an Apache helicopter, so had no issues with that. That Apache had floated around with me forever. I couldn't trade it to anybody. I couldn't seem to sell it, and finally found a modeler out there that wanted to build it, so that was great. So anyway, that's it, guys. I mean, this is really crazy, to come home with hardware like that, and I'm just stoked for the future. I think this group that we have with this model club, I think we can do even better next year. We can put on a really great show. everybody out there that's participated in a show or worked at a show knows it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of effort. You're never going to make everybody happy. But for our first show, I thought it went off really well. We had a decent attendance, um, and I think if we maybe in the future if we could, whether other groups decide to work with us and put on a bigger show here in the Pacific Northwest to kind of put our own footprint here in our state, that's fine. But if not, I feel like our club, we've got a lot of high character guys in this club, and I feel like we could moving forward, we could just we can just try again next year and make it bigger and better. And so yeah, just had a lot of fun. The main thing was it's something that brings the community together, and it was so cool seeing all the builds. And there's everything there, guys. I mean, I've got a bunch of still pictures taken, but um, you had Le Mans cars and service trucks and semis and race cars and old cars and just a little bit of everything. It was just uh, really cool to see what other people have built and to see some different builds that I've never seen the kit before. So yeah, just a good time. Anyway, I'm running over now. So this is Hinterland Customs signing out.